everybody. Welcome to my show. I hope you guys enjoy. I make music. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I'm an upcoming little person here in the whole industry. So, hope you guys like my stuff and enjoy. I'm gonna start off the song with peace and love because I think that's what we all need right now. Ooh. Peace and love and peace and love, peace and love. I am feeling loved by you. You have found me in all this space. Your arms surround me, such a peaceful place with you. And I would swim through the ocean if I knew you were waiting. There's a feeling inside, and I can't describe it. I'm falling for you. Oh, please forgive me for the love I'm waiting for. You're the love I'm waiting for. Blue like water, it's in your eyes. My soul surrenders and I feel alive with you. Peace and love, and from your touch and imagination it comes alive with you. And my love's great like a mountain, and your love's deep like the sea. Just share my shelter and I'll say goodnight to you. I'm dying in your arms, so please revive me for the love I'm waiting for. You're the love I'm waiting for. You're the love I'm waiting for. Fun. All right. So that was
amazing.
Peace and Love. It's one of my favorite songs. Some of y'all have heard that before on my SoundCloud. And I don't know if they're gonna post that on my thing, but they might, and you guys will see it. But otherwise, you can follow me at GREAY Music at Twitter. I also have a free account, but you can follow that too. Alright, another song that I like to play for you guys is a letter from a father to a son that hasn't been born yet. So this is a little bit of a ballad, which makes it a little folk inspired. So I hope you all enjoy this one. Lately, I've been thinking about you. Lately, I've been waiting for you, my sunshine. The sunlight's coming down the mountainside that I climb. When I die, I will pass it on to you. And the birds and the trees and those autumn leaves will make these smiles last forever. Those happy days aren't so far away in my mind. Surely I can remember. I can remember. I write this letter now for when I'm old and gray and just aging away. so I can tell you when I was younger. The only pleasures that I did not see was the world and the feelings I hung up on my walls and in my shelter. Just to hold your head up, Elliot. Just to hold your head up, Elliot. And don't you forget, you're not ready yet. Don't let your world get buried yet. No, I will be with you. Lately, I've been dreaming about you, the world and its beauty. You will awake to my sunshine. The sunlight's coming down the mountainside that I climb. When you try, I will surely carry you. And the birds and the trees and those autumn leaves will remain in your eyes till December. Those happy days I will see today, and tomorrow we'll see together. Oh, my son. And hold your head up, Elliot. Just to hold your head up, Elliot. And don't you forget, you're not ready yet. I will be with you. I will be with you. I will be with you. Wonderful, thank you guys.
God damn, my lenses are fogging up.
Well,
I gotta go wipe down my lenses. They're all fogging up now. Holy shit.
I'm so excited. All right, so those you've most likely heard before, well, some of you have heard before. Other people at home, hello, how are you? I'm great. Nice to meet you. Here we have another song called Floating, and this is a little melancholy, but I think it's really nice, and I hope you guys enjoy. I met you in the forest, in my imagination. We met one day in Athens, and then you left me freezing. And when it rains, it always pours. You cut me deep to my core. Ow! So I can't keep my cold feet on the ground, 'cause I'm going some other people on the ground. But I'm floating away. Ah, your body heat can't keep me down. No. And in the darkest night I saw someone I never met when I first met you. And in the dark she carried you away from me. Well, you're so hard to please, so I can't keep my cold feet on the ground. 'Cause I'm going some other people on the ground. But I'm floating away. Your body heat can't keep me down. Body heat can't keep me down. No. No.
Yes.
All right. So
wonderful.
this next one, nobody. I think only a couple people have heard this one before. So this one's more of a pop song, or like a build-up song per se. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's put this down here. And just in case, since this is so new, literally like 5 days ago, I'm going to put up some lyrics on the side. Find out. Okay, right here. Wonderful. One moment. Did you know that I've been doing this for 2 years? Just for 2 years, I've been playing the guitar and learning how it works. So just for all those people that say, I can't learn to play guitar. Well, if you play every single day, non-stop for 3 hours straight, every time, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. As long as you don't get tendinitis.
Practice
Yeah, well,
makes perfection.
We'll see how that goes.
You're rocking it, dude. I thought you'd been playing for like a decade.
Yeah,
My God.
seriously, I was there too.
All right. Let's see this. All right. Gotta get the rhythm going. There we go. She comes to take me home. My whole life I've been alone. No introduction, she comes to me. But heaven's gate too hard to reach. Mother Mary, she comes to me. She might be open to my plea. She comes to me. She knows my name, she knows my calling. And who am I to disagree? She knows all my secrets now, she thinks. What she does not try to see. Mother Mary, she comes to me. I know she's waiting for me. She comes to me. She comes to me. Yeah, she comes, she comes, she comes, she comes. She comes to me. fun.
Yes,
That was beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you guys. So I also do pop songs.
He's so good.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps, dude. Oh.
Thank you.
So good. That's great.
I had to catch
That was
myself.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
That was awesome.
What was that sound?
Another
called?
one. Oh wow. Let me tell you.
Ooh, chills. Ooh.
If you
Baby, I want your
okay, let me,
SoundCloud and your Tinder. No.
Oh, my God. Oh, I like that. I like that. C'est bon, c'est très bon. Alright. Another. This is a. I'll just let you guys figure this out. I don't know what kind of genre this is, but I think it's like a mix between the two. Hold me in your arms, so I might dream in you. I am sure of you. Well, if you're wondering, I'm just taking my time, love. For when I'm with you, well, the world's less troubling. Whisper me sweet something great and big. Mountains to travel in, mountains I wander in. I like to take things slow. I'm not hesitating. I want room to grow. Oh, if you're wondering, and I'd go with you anywhere, just as long as you take me there. And don't you keep me waiting, dear. You're my friend. If you're wondering, keep me with your heart. Messages I send, for when we're worlds apart. Keep your promises. Don't you know I'm just taking my time, love. For when I'm with you, the world has more meaning. Whisper me sweet something great and deep. Mountains I travel in, you I travel with. And I'd go with you anywhere, just as long as you take me there. And don't you keep me waiting, dear. You're my friend, love. If you're wondering, cool.
Nice.
All right. Ooh. All right. This is one of my favorites. After this one, okay. Does anybody have any suggestions of what kind of song that is? I don't know.
Freebird.
Freebird.
Please don't play Freebird.
I mean, but you are a bird. You know, you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
wrong.
that's true.
You're not wrong. All right, here we go. Well, it's nothing in particular, just something more like us. It's not another mirror that's in between the rush of things. Just hush and make my acquaintance. I'm sure there's acceptance. We can dance around the time until you feel at home again. Just take my hand, there will be an answer, and take my heart, that's the place that you will start to see you and me. All you've gotta do is call on me. Well, I'm sure there's an answer to most of these things. People often study all philosophies just to keep you whole. And everybody knows that it's important to be. Just take my hand, there will be an answer, and take my heart, that's the place that you will always be. You and me. All you've gotta do is call on me. Call on me.
Bravo.
Yay.
Hell yeah!
Oh my god.
So,
I cannot stop smiling.
That was amazing.
My cheeks hurt.
how many how many minutes do we have?
magical? Isn't he magical?
Yes, it is. It's great.
That is the word I constantly use to describe Gray. Is
You said
magical.
25 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very accurate.
So, I have some other songs on the docket. If anybody wants to listen. So, okay. Would you like to hear a ballad, another pop song, or a more intimate song?
I want to hear
Yeah,
you.
intimate.
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 Oh,
Intimacy.
Okay.
Make
So it's
me
gonna
cry,
be more
Gray.
like.
You've already done so once.
It's gonna be more like. Yeah. Okay. I'll show you. This is a song for a friend of mine.
Aw.
I have the lyric right here, so I just want to make the. Hey, little bird, I've been waiting for someone like you. Well, I fly away every day just to say that I miss you, little bird, little bird. Hey, little bird, the stormy day it seems brighter. Whenever I'm with you, my heartbeat it feels much lighter, little bird, little bird. Just the way you look and the way that you look that made me say that you're wanting to you wanted, little bird. And guess what? Our times together are so very dear. I spend my best when I'm with you, and I spend my days thinking ways about keeping you in my arms. Oh, little bird, shelter me from my storm, and I'll keep you warm. I'll keep you warm through the night and see you in the morning. But I never saw you today in my dreams. I feel my best when I'm near you, and I spend my days thinking ways about keeping you in my heart. Little bird, little bird. Way you look and the way you look at me, you said that you're wanting to be wanted, little bird. And I feel my best when I'm near you. I spend my days about keeping you in my arms, little bird, little bird.
Oh, goddamn fucking gorgeous.
Oh man. That was
So
awesome.
I'm glad you liked that one. I'm glad.
My presence is down again.
I'm
There goes Neil.
It's okay.
Alright, and
I'm feeling the same.
I'll do one more song and then I'll open up to Q&A.
You're so
How
gay
about
you got
that?
sent to the
It
stratosphere.
burns so good.
I know.
Okay. Wonderful.
Oh my god, that's beautiful, dude.
Thank you, man. That means a lot.
Gray's gonna hit it
Buy my
big.
stuff.
It's just a matter of when at this point.
God damn. So good.
I know.
Let's see here. This is called Daydream, for lack of a better name. Let's see. In a land, in a faraway land, taking a moment to take my hand. She walks around like you know my hand is on your hip. Everybody's looking for something in the way you caught my eye. Something I could say as she walked by. It happens all the time. And this heavy weight on me, one day you will set me free. I know one day I will see my love. Everybody's looking for someone. Settle down in a house far away. Hold me like you do, like you do. And I know it seems like a lifetime away, but I know it's true. You do too. I know one day I will see my love. Everybody's looking for something in the way you hold my hand. Makes me feel a way that's new again. It's fun to play pretend, but in everything I see, well, it's not that it seems to be. But I know one day I'll see my love. Everybody's looking for someone. Everybody's looking for someone.
Bravo. Yes.
God
yes.
damn.
All right.
Amazing.
Bravo.
So I'm assuming you guys
Yes.
like that.
Very good.
Very good.
All right. Let me add him. Does anybody? So, how is everybody doing tonight? First of all, remember getting
Wonderful.
I'm doing very good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Dressed.
You're making it better.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Thank
making
you.
it better.
So, just letting you guys know, some of those songs are on SoundCloud. I have them on my Twitter as well, on my music Twitter, and then on my non-music Twitter, I have a link to my music Twitter, and that'll help you get everything sorted. But I'm sure these wonderful people at Furality will show you my link because I gave them one, but we'll see how that goes.
We'll be plugging in after the
Yeah,
performance.
definitely.
So, I am open for questions if anybody has any questions for me. Okay, I'll go with Shark Friend first, and then Raven next.
So you said you've been playing guitar for 2 years. How long have you been singing?
I've been singing ever since I was 4 years old.
Fair enough.
When I was in chamber choir. But oddly enough, I've had to relearn how to sing because in choir you're taught to sing a certain way, and that puts a limit on your voice and also prevents you from showing your true tone of voice. And I had to take voice lessons to help me get out of that, especially from musical theory. Musical theater sometimes.
Mm.
Raven.
Again, you said that you've been playing guitar for 2 years. What inspired you to even start learning guitar, like, and start playing with
Well,
yeah,
I
what are your
realized that there
inspirations?
was Oh, my inspirations. I will
There you
list
go.
them off: Bob Dylan, James Taylor, Cat Stevens, Elton John, John Mayer, of course. And then there are some new ones: Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, Cavetown. Cavetown has been extremely helpful in just making a nonchalant type of vibe, and just bringing a new atmosphere to things. And then what? Somebody, was there a follow-up to that question, or is that it?
No,
That was basically
it.
mine. He asked my question, basically. Yeah.
Okay. But the songs I created my songs, basically because I had these songs in my head and I had all these ideas and I needed a way to get that into my fingers. And so what I did is I just used limitations. I learned how to make just 3 chord progressions, just C to G to D, and figure out songs that way, and just not look at any other things, not look at when I really needed to know what was the correct position or how to hold my fingers or how to strum it correctly. I did that. Also, getting a nice instrument and not a cheap instrument can really help you because there's nothing worse than a bad guitar, but there's nothing better than a good one. Tokyo.
I like to ask this question with creatives and content creators, and you mildly answered it already, but I'd still like to ask it. What
Please.
keeps you what motivates you to keep your drive? What motivates you to keep practicing every single day for 3 hours for 2 years? What is driving you to create the content that you do and have it so
Well,
that you enjoy doing so?
It is oddly enough, it's not really discipline, mainly because I had this form of tinnitus in my head about songs where they just never really left. So I'm constantly working on music anytime when I'm not. So it's kind of just like, all right, I just got to get this out. And I go out and I grab the guitar and I keep working on it. So what really inspires me is the lack of storytelling, the lack of quality music in the pop industry right now. I want to bring back the beauty and the meaningfulness, songs that you can listen to 10, 20 years from now, and they still hold relevance, and they hold longevity, which is also what I'm working towards. So
Your lyrics paint a beautiful picture.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
The desire to create those types of landscapes is what keeps me going, beyond above a
Absolutely.
shadow of a doubt.
I definitely think we
You-
need
you're
more
well
people
on
like
that
you.
path.
Thank
A
you.
beautiful voice and a visionary. He's everything.
Yes, all about it. No,
You're definitely on the right track for that goal. Keep
Thank you.
doing
Oh,
it. Never
Song
stop.
Redwood.
It's
Do you have a
wonderful.
question?
So about your Tinder
I
account.
do.
Oh yeah.
After song.
Gray, how often
Yeah.
do you get to perform? Like this, or in any other
Uh,
way, like in real life?
Well, this is my first real performance, to be quite honest.
He's baby.
Yeah, so
Baby.
It's his
I don't
debut!
normally have a chance. Yeah, technically.
He's
okay,
Owlet.
Yes.
You guys, we were here for his
hopefully I can-
debut.
Yeah. Don't forget me when you make it big.
And also, I just want to show. I also want to show people that you can be a part. You can use this fandom as a hobby, and you can also use it as a launching platform for future endeavors. And I think a lot of people that are in the industry or in other industries have shown that you can. There's really amazing people here, and we love to create. We love imagination, and I didn't see as much. I saw a couple of people in the music industry that were showing in the fandom, but I never saw anybody that was really going for it, like going all the way, you know. And just wanted to show that that's possible. That can't possible.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
then,
That's why I
follow
love
up
VR
then.
chat in the furry fandom. It's so great.
No.
But yeah,
Awesome.
it's just something
Well,
that
then
like
follow
I have
up
my
then.
music stuff, and then yeah. Follow-up question.
How often would you like to perform?
Many times as I'm physically able.
Will you sign my tail?
Sure, yeah. Is anybody? Is there like a chat thing online or at all?
I've been looking at the chat.
I think the chat is really funny. Somebody put, "You're the musical Elon Musk."
that would be.
I saw someone earlier in the chat say they're gonna go. They're like, be right back. I'm gonna go full Stan on Gray.
Yeah.
I think more appropriate would be the musical Steve Jobs with the outfit.
Yes.
Yes,
Stop.
yes,
Hi,
yes.
I can't unsee it now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, how much time do we have left? 10 minutes? Well, I got about 10 more songs I can do.
Oh God! What are we going?
Would you be willing to play a few more for us?
Great.
I will
Do you
do
take
yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Yes.
That
Please?
sounds like a very question. Yes.
Do you know a love
Sounds
song
like a
from
yes,
Paris?
question mark, question mark.
Do I know a love? Say that one more time.
A love song from Paris.
No. I only know my
Play
own
one of your
songs.
originals. I want an
Yeah, I
original.
want to hear more originals.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
originals for sure.
For any of you wondering
Okay.
his stream about his sound.
Okay,
quality,
do you have
we will be
a
posting them
recent
on
original?
the Twitch channel
Yeah.
shortly, right after his performance.
Well, the recent original was the
Yeah.
the thingy with
Next most recent.
How about a classic
that one.
original?
Yeah, an early
classic
original.
original.
An early original.
Okay. Oh, I'll do Suzanne. I'll just make
Okay.
stuff
Yes.
up along the way.
Okay,
Yes,
because this is a fun one.
I'm ready.
This is a fun one. Well, he says that her name was Suzanne as he read it on the grave. She helped all the people she could. He remembers he was one of them. She read from the Protestant Bible that she often had in her hand. Ah, but now he relays he's forgotten her name. says that her name was Suzanne. Says that her name was Suzanne. Well, Suzanne was a bit of a creature, but her voice was as nice as a song. She sang with a tune that would reach all the people she would get along. And I know that someday she would leave us, but the young never think of the old. Just to keep up the times led before us, reassure us we don't know enough, Suzanne. I seem to remember, Suzanne, I will not forget you again. Cool. This is a fun one.
Yes, I remember that one.
God damn.
Yeah, me too.
That's the first song I heard from him. Amazing.
And then,
Oh my god.
all right, ballad time. Oh, ballad time, because I'm on a roll. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Saint Mary is another one that I do. Apparently, I'm not Catholic, by the way. I just want to let you guys know that. Here we go. That aside. Okay. The sky is just dark enough to see the moonbeams. Light of Saint Mary in my eye. I take my heart and soul and put it in my hand. Light of the ocean helps me write in the sand. The tide is a messenger pointing to you. Sweeps out the letters I send. I keep all my promises carried to you. Writing my daily deeds, my hopes and my dreams. I was a younger man when I first met you. Walked with the gypsies and flowers you blew. Took you down to town where we were when 27 years ago I remember. And I still dream, I dream that you were with me. Of Saint Mary comes to mind, and how I believe Saint Mary must have told me you must be needed, need to be carried away. Your son, he is 20 now. Your daughter be 3. Walk by the sea and talk of you. Tide will take care of them. Thoughts in my hand. The light of the ocean helps me write to you. And how I believe Saint Mary must have told me you must be needed, need to be carried. I still dream Saint Mary must have told me you must be needed, need to be carried away. Hold up. The sky is much darker now, the sea at peace. The moon shines on letters and memories. Time will take care of them, time will reclaim. Until I see you, I will remain.
Woo!
That was amazing.
Oh my god!
Alright.
Yeah, I like ballads.
Ballads are fun.
Fucking amazing, dude.
It's so drama.
It's so good.
Goddamn.
It's emotions.
I know. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit of a Simon Garfunkel type of vibe thing. Also, if you've ever heard of
Take my money.
I don't know how you
Just
do it,
take
but
it.
pouring your heart out and just washes over me. Just it's good. It's so good.
It's pure. It's very pure and very wholesome.
Oh,
and very
tearing
good.
up, dude.
It's
Does
just good
anybody have?
energy.
Okay, are there any more questions before we're done?
I can pull a couple from Twitch chat if you'd like that. If no one else here has any questions.
Yeah.
Have we just wiped out my lenses again?
Was that flaming?
One question.
Make sure you use a microphone.
One question. Okay.
Make it a good
Let's see
one.
here, What do we got?
Or we can do some speed fire ones. I can just answer them as fast as I can. Just do one.
Avocado or watermelon?
Avocados.
Okay.
Okay, so here's one.
Tons of
So
microfiber.
So I know, I know, you touched on it too. So you said you practiced for 3 hours a day for like 2 years. Do you have any words of advice on how to go about getting into pattern of practicing? Just, not just for music, but in general.
Make your own music, or do your own thing. Like, do it your way. Don't look at all the tutorials. So okay, look at the tutorials when you've given up. Well, like not when you've given up, but you know what I mean. Do it your own way first. Find your own patterns, because that gives you the best results. And then once you can't go any further, then ask for help. But if there's no desire or passion first, then they can become a build a passion. But I would, if it's truly a purpose, like making music gives me purpose. I wake up in the morning, I go to bed thinking of making music, and that's something I never thought I was able to get to. So for me, purpose and perseverance. Like Ed Sheeran said, perseverance, you take perseverance over talent any day of the week.
Awesome, thank you for that.
Nice.
No problem. Well, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. I love you all.
Yes. Oh my god. Thank you for performing.
That was an experience.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much,
So
man.
apparently, got rated by 60 people.
Yeah.
Take my money. Take my
They rated too late.